超速英単語
restraint, discrimination, auditor, reliability, shed, appraisal, optimistic, resale, optimum, safeguard, unsecured, progressive, spectacular, manipulation, usage, strategic, mandatory, obstacle, enlarge, catastrophe, unemployed, respondent, insurgent, legally, loom, separatist, directory, allocation, tenure, hierarchy, breach, outgoing, leverage, speculative, tort, deprive, flee, convey, reportedly, graphics, embody, frontier, discharge, dissolution, salvage, seasonal, discretionary, decree, veil, regulator, alike, clue, relieve, violate, petition, simultaneously, tactical, explosion, outsider, grave, crude, divert, equality, coalition, correlate, script, bribe, portfolio, blast, ambitious, methodology, manipulate, shield, retreat, merger, stock market, static, prod, occasional, excessive, redesign, consecutive, amongst, accusation, capitalism, refine, ideally, ingredient, procurement, implicit, brochure, externality, dynamic, lately, headline, autonomy, geography, prejudice, insurgency, renewal, discourage, takeover, prudent, greenhouse, consolidate, fluctuation, ideology, intrigue, redemption, consensus, consolidation, casualty, presume, spur, expiration, generous, brick, suburb, pronounce, oversight, confirmation, investigator, founder, commander, bureaucratic, pledge, periodically, receiver, confine, precious, admission, extremist, hugely, prospective, materially, intermediate, macroeconomic, median, carrier, suspicion, portray, rebound, mitigate, directive, removal, similarity, automate, communist, lender, supervise, slump, verbal, outperform, appropriately, mentor, reformer, creativity, interim, ethics, annuity, ballot, detection, molecule, protester, correctly, cheat, retention, sponsorship, imbalance, hazard, dominance, electrical, worthwhile, packet, attributable, tremendous, attain, rage, ration, perpetual, goodwill, dual, overhead, domain, exploit, dismal, peacekeeping, constructive, reinforcement, migration, embed, prevention, administrator, trait, negotiable, undermine, politically, deter, adverse, congressman, compel, averse, yuan, conditional, stimulus, populist, seize, worldwide, transmission, forge, enact, adequately, duly, receivable, incline, meantime, scrutiny, omit, swap, cancellation, rebate, certainty, amortization, trainee, proxy, feedback, correlation, institute, timely, policymaker, systematic, adoption, successive, proprietary, tricky, weaken, persistent, parity, deduction, chancellor, arbitrage, beneficiary, assignment, comparative, interference, multiplier, repeatedly, treaty, stakeholder, certification, credibility, subsection, bulk, assemble, privatize, equity, timber, disastrous, furnish, outfit, landlord, repurchase, subtract, bold, accountability, indirectly, modest, deadline, disagreement, effectiveness, dependence, notably, diminish, clarify, necessity, eager, denominate, contend, maneuver, endorse, marginal, organizational, provoke, standardize, contingent, emission, meaningful, buyout, annually, obituary, spouse, empowerment, predictor, jointly, openly, routinely, opt, redundancy, multiply, fraudulent, outlay, warehouse, distributor, uncover, continuity, disrupt, defendant, dividend, competent, junk, deregulation, feasible, continually, explicitly, superior, continental, considerably, overview, reassure, afterward, realistic, proceed, magnetic, rigid, proprietorship, donation, collectively, designate, synergy, presidency, motive, spectrum, expire, convict, veto, annualize, merge, unify, depreciation, negotiator, antitrust, likelihood, magnitude, buffer, liberalization, readily, inevitable, outbreak, orientation, senator, predecessor, traditionally, oral, optimism, classification, essentially, facilitate, devise, encyclopedia, administer, stochastic, equip, inspect, thrive, downward, bound, plead, brokerage, inefficient, delegate, default, automobile, privately, depreciate, bounce, desirable, prevail, separation, air, officially, intrinsic, soar, contractor, spokesman, physics, disguise, nationwide, idle, pit, discretion, bondholder, corrective, inherit, frustration, thorough, mechanical, installment, exclusively, caution, militant, resignation, outlet, specialization, covariance, dictator, accurately, liberalize, indicator, specification, contributor, minimal, diverse, conversion, stockholder, impairment, forum, deduct, coincide, imminent, turnover, surrender, rational, overlap, electorate, sterling, halt, crunch, unexpectedly, durable, outflow, counterparty, actively, trademark, migrant, accumulate, harvest, dilute, colonial, advertiser, reliance, beneficial, subsidize, unveil, subjective, generator, ambassador, media, arguably, ray, mandate, marketplace, clever, assert, refusal, clinic, replicate, proposition, operational, variance, kidnap, simplify, observer, consultancy, compulsory, ledger, inference, bankrupt, contingency, clash, distinctive, collaboration, debenture, theft, rightly, broadly, discriminate, segmentation, mainstream, tangible, ethanol, entail, horror, inadequate, formulate, managerial, depositor, anti, intent, deteriorate, pact, offensive, confidential, royalty, sufficiently, wireless, disposal, certify, bundle, militia, arbitration, originate, copyright, accelerate, favorable, hostile, reorganization, rigorous, toll, multinational, corrupt, demise, vendor, amend, dismantle, revolutionary, assertion, ratify, policyholder, citation, nominal, newsletter, disruption, induce, valuation, triumph, concession, robust, lesser, liable, norm, obscure, reproduce, hostility, developer, sophisticate, profitable, fringe, accordance, voucher, distribution, tribal, audit, residual, tactic, horizontal, overtime, fair, invention, downside, fleet, quarterly, bully, raid, substantially, albeit, quit, historically, taxpayer, brutal, numerical, prone, subtle, encompass, shortly, revive, reinforce, issuer, expertise, adhere, hydrogen, realization, correspondent, replacement, mini, exempt, seemingly, rationale, align, testify, authorize, handful, willingness, disability, elasticity, niche, subscription, overwhelm, communism, turmoil, accomplishment, formally, restructure, interactive, identical, revaluation, planner, objection, statistics, railway, allocate, lessee, plague, contrary, essence, liquidate, hub, bankruptcy, rumor, verify, circuit, downturn, grip, statutory, electoral, taxation, truce, headquarter, dismissal, uranium, bomber, accrue, engagement, explode, physically, virtual, transformation, salesperson, conservation, completion, notify, quasi, node, privatization, rig, cooperative, declaration, inherent, virtue, legitimate, dot, painful, prediction, pursuant, poorly, merchant, array, await, inappropriate, crush, innovative, oblige, loser, boast, terminate, handset, productivity, regime, randomly, appreciation, unrelated, countryside, hybrid, macroeconomics, impact, absorb, defect, unpaid, faculty, documentation, conceptual, taxable, maximization, sustainable, hypothetical, forecaster, correction, diagram, aluminum, differentiation, tier, satellite, logical, organ, viewer, elaborate, punishment, coordination, cognitive, compatible, lobby, lifetime, closure, publish, urgent, aviation, invasion, lesser, incomplete, fiscal, unauthorized, publicly, lure, prosper, attorney, streamline, copper, distress, setup, census, wholesaler, repay, jurisdiction, competency, regain, payable, grid, reinvest, rejection, recruitment, offset, tailor, exemption, wholesale, integrity, defy, patent, faction, backward, parliamentary, diversification, redeem, holy, shortage, acid, socially, tribunal, maximize, entrepreneur, payout, interfere, neutral, disposition, destination, drift, vague, irrelevant, fluctuate, vulnerable, scenario, cater, queue, unity, overnight, multi, accumulation, lawsuit, puzzle, dictate, decent, coordinate, query, repayment, demographic, sovereignty, plug, fierce, homeowner, collar, capitalization, integral, ministry, restrictive, wisdom, injection, skeptic, suspicious, transaction, interact, efficiently, compensate, impair, stall, mold, par, rhetoric, strive, grocery, liquidity, broaden, cattle, prospectus, flexibility, explicit, inconsistent, distort, allegedly, tide, grim, accrual, periodic.
高評価、チャンネル登録もよろしく。